Hi everybody, we are now live in the Garden of Gethsemane. There's a whole lot of things that play out here. First of all, you got the olive trees. These are the descendants of the olive trees. The olive is an interesting thing. As it dies, it springs back up out of the roots. So the trees that are here are still got the same DNA in them as the trees that were here during the time of Jesus. The Mount of Olives is probably a lot larger, probably spread out down this way. You're looking at the Kidron Valley, and you see the city of Jerusalem behind me. Back on this side of the mountain is Bethany. This is John 11, where Lazarus is raised from the dead. And again, Bethany means poorhouse. So when Jesus comes to town, he lives up north in Capernaum, Nazareth as a kid, and then Capernaum as an adult. But when he comes down here, he hangs out with Mary and Martha and Lazarus, his friends. This is the money side of the mountain. Why? I'm looking at the temple. Just like today, if you're looking at the river or you're looking where, the expensive stuff is where the good people want to be. So they're on the other side. This is a thus says Joe thing, but it's pretty cool. The Kidron Valley comes right down here. The Valley of Hinnom, which you will see tomorrow, when we're over to the city of David, that's the trash side. That's where they took the trash and burned it. Jesus used that as an analogy of hell. He said that they threw the trash out there and it burned, and it was a never-ending fire. And he said that is the picture of hell. And people say I was talking about a garbage dump. He was using that as an analogy. But here's the crazy thing, all right? It comes down like this, all right? Got Dina standing over here watching me. It forms the first letter of God's covenant name. His name is Yahweh. All right, a little depth for you here. The Tetragrammaton, YHWH. There are no vowels in Hebrew. So some pronounce it Yahweh, some pronounce it Jehovah. But from above, if you're in God's eyes looking down at the city of Jerusalem, his name is stamped on the valley when he looks down. In the Psalms, I don't have the exact psalm. I can't do everything for you. Look it up. In the Psalms, it says, God lives in Jerusalem. So he put his stamp right here on the city grounds itself. Now, Gethsemane, what happened here? Well, there's a great story when they came and they challenged Jesus, and he said, I am he. And when he said, I am, they all fell down. Then the Roman soldiers come. They come to arrest him. Peter gets excited. Peter was like me, if you were with me in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Peter got just a little upset, and he draws his sword and cuts off Malchus's ear. And again, the crazy part of the story is that here Jesus picks up the ear, restores it, it stops the blood, stops the screaming, and Peter did not intend to cut off his ear. You know the story, right? Peter intended to cut the joker in half. You don't wield a big sword with the thought, maybe I'll trim their nails. He's going to kill the guy, and the guy's screaming and blood's going everywhere. Jesus picks his ear up, heals him, and they still arrest him. This is why by the time he gets to the cross, there's the Roman standing there at the cross and said, surely this guy is the Son of God. He's the first one to figure it out in the Roman cohorts. So then, obviously, this is the place where they come and arrest Jesus. But here's the part we want to focus on right now. Yeah, you can hear the insanity. You can see the insanity of Jerusalem. Nothing has changed, just the vehicle mode. Why did Jesus come over here? To get away from the insanity. He couldn't get a minute to himself. The crowds are pressing in on him. They're pressing in on all of his teachings. He's got the Pharisees after him, the Sadducees. The temple's right over there, close to where the gold dome is. He comes over here to get away. So my question is, where do you go to get away? I don't have an Olive Garden, but you need a place. And all throughout the scriptures, you'll find it says Jesus went away. Jesus got away. Sometimes he took 2 or 3 people with him. He would take John. He would take the 3, like on the Mount of Transfiguration. But you see Jesus all throughout saying, enough. Because that's crazy. That's insanity. And that's our lives. That horn right there represents our lives. How do I get it? And coming to church doesn't help me. because I got to be nice to you. You got to be nice to me. We got to talk to each other. That doesn't count. When do I have time where just me and God are by ourselves? That's what this garden truly represents. So we're going to give you some time to do that, and thank you for watching.